on top is a quilt top. It's yet to be quilted, but it is a larger version of a flower garden quilt that Granny loved to make. She loved spring. She loved flowers. So there are several flower garden tops as well as flower garden quilts. And this just happened to be a larger pattern that she had used once.
Yeah, you can tell that one's much larger. The hexagons are much larger
than most of the other ones.
Most of the other ones.
I actually helped cut some of these out. She had she would find her pattern in one of her quilt books, and she would trace it out. She always kept copy paper, the old style, where you would have the, I don't even know what it's called anymore, but the black or the blue print, and you would write on the top, and then the print would come out on the bottom.
Transfer paper.
Transfer paper, yeah, the name, whatever, it slipped my mind. But she would keep that around, and she would trace out her patterns, and then she would cut them out on little pieces of fine-grained sandpaper.
Or sometimes tissue boxes. I remember if she didn't have any sandpaper on hand.
Yeah, she would. But she actually, so I was always just enthralled with what she was doing. So she would let me help out sometimes. And I do remember this larger pattern and cutting out some of those hexagons, and I thought my hands were going to fall off. But at least it was on the bigger ones and not the smaller ones.
Mm-hmm.
And this was just a pattern. I mean, they're tiny. They're like 1.5 inches, these little hexagons each. And when you're making for a king size bed, that's a lot of little hexagons. Yeah. But the thing about it was, like, she made a flower garden for my Uncle Dan, my grandfather's brother, who lived in Savannah. And she made a flower garden for Stacey and I when we got married. And it just seems like, you know, it was like her little happy thing, happy moments and stuff, happy times. She had the flower gardens because that was just one of her favorites.
Do you remember anything about, like, were most of these just random, kind of like the red quilt, or did she specifically choose the colors to match? I see that red and then the gingham and then the yellow. That one kind of all flows, but then there's some that...
You know, I asked her about that. I'm like, how do you know what colors to put where? Because I don't have that eye. I can't put colors together. I can't see how something would look with something else. So I do remember one time asking her how she knew how to put things together. And she just said, she just looks at it, and if it looks like it'll fit, that's where it goes. But she would say she wasn't always happy with the way it turned out, but she had gone that far, so she was just going to go with it. But yeah, but to me it always looked like it was totally planned, and it hardly ever was. She used what she had available.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it was, you know, just material that somebody had given her, or something that she had found at a quilt shop somewhere off the rack, and she would just go to it.